Welcome everyone. Today we are going to delve into a very fascinating word, non-plus. This is a word that can add a depth into the vocabulary and help you to express confusion and bewilderment in very precise and sophisticated manner. So we are starting with this word non-plus. Non-plus, it is a verb. It means, by definition, it is to cause someone to be so surprised or confused that they are unsure how to react. Again, I am speaking to cause someone to be so surprised or confused that they are unsure how to react. In Hindi, we will say चकित करना, चकित करना या हक्का बक्का करना. So that is the meaning of non plus. Etymologically, it has origin in Latin, so in which non means not, and plus means more, further, addition. So no addition, no more, no further. So literally its meaning is no more, no further. So it indicates a state where no more can be done, no more can be said, no more can be done, no more can be said. Why? Due to confusion or surprise. स्टनिंग, चकित चकित हो गया, अब कुछ नहीं कहा जा सकता, कुछ नहीं कर सकता. सो ड्यू टू कंफ्यूजन और सरप्राइज. नाउ कम टू इट्स प्रोनाउंसिएशन. इट इज नॉन प्लस, नॉन प्लस, नॉन प्लस. स्पीक इट 3-4 times. You will be familiar with this word. Now, usage in sentences, so it can be used in two forms. One is verb form and second is the adjective form. In verb form, the magician's amazing trick nonplussed the audience. So here it is being used as verb, nonplussed the audience. It is in past tense. She was nonplussed by the unexpected question during the interview. So again, it is used here as verb form. Then as an adjective form, it is nonplussed. He looked nonplussed when he saw the surprise party. नॉन-प्लस्ड, हक्का-बक्का रहना. ओके, सरप्राइज पार्टी और वो हक्का-बक्का रह गया. The students were nonplussed by the professor's complex explanation. The professor's complex explanation caused them nonplussed, हक्का-बक्का. Now we come to synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms: confound, baffle, bewilder, perplex, stun, flummox. Flummox. Speak these words so that these can be retained in our mind. Confound, चकित करना. Baffle, चकराना, भ्रमित करना. Bewilder, हक्का बक्का करना. परप्लेक्स, उलझन में डालना, परेशान करना. स्टन, स्तब्ध करना, हक्का बक्का करना. फ्लूमॉक्स, घबरा देना, उलझन में ढाल देना. Now we come to anonyms. Anonym is clarify, explain, enlighten, elucidate. Clarify, स्पष्ट करना, confusion नहीं, confusion का उल्टा. Opposite of confusion, it is clarify, explain, समझाना, enlighten, ज्ञान देना, elucidate, व्याख्या करना. So these are synonyms and antonyms. Now come to contextual examples. In literature, the sudden revelation left the protagonist nonplussed, unable to move or speak. In everyday conversation, we can use it like this. When I told him about my unexpected promotion, he was completely nonplussed. He was completely nonplussed. So now we practice the unexpected plot twist in the movie nonplussed the viewers. It is used here as a verb form, nonplussed the viewers. She was completely nonplussed by the sudden change in plans. So it is used as an adjective form. His brilliant idea left everyone in the meeting nonplussed. So in this way, we have done the word, we have tried to master the word nonplussed. Nonplussed. So it is a powerful word. Nonplus, it is a powerful word that can enrich our vocabulary by allowing us to describe. Kya, what we want to describe? Moments of utter confusion with precision and in a sophisticated manner we can describe these. So if we practice by using these in our daily conversation, certainly we become more familiar to this word. Okay, now come to this point. SSC CGL 14 July 2023, we are having a question. So now we will focus on a crucial skill of any language learner or competitive exam. It is arranging the jumbled sentences to form a coherent, coherent and meaningful paragraph. Coherent means in which every sentence is related to its next sentence, and in totality every sentence is making a sense in the form of paragraph. So in that way, so come to this point. Given the sentences below in a jumbled order, our task is to arrange them in the correct sequence. First sentence, I am reading the sentence. In Bihar and Central India, in particular, every district had smelters that used local deposits of ore to produce iron, which was widely used for the manufacture of implements and tools of daily use. Okay, so from this sentence we get idea. So what is the idea? That would get an idea that it is describing geographical areas, and it is elaborating on iron production. Elaborating. So here we write it as elaborating or elaborates iron production. It is saying something about that in Bihar and central India, in particular, every district had smelters that used local deposits of ore to produce iron, which was widely used for the manufacture of implements and tools of daily use. B. Second sentence B. The smelting was done by men while women worked on the bellows. Bellows, it is an instrument that is used for pumping air that kept the charcoal burning. Now, in this sentence, we come to know that it is about description of smelting. Smelting in Hindi, ढिलाई. Smelting technique of iron. It is something about smelting technique. C. But iron smelting in India was extremely common till the end of 19th century. So it talks about iron smelting in India. Iron smelting in India. Last, it is production of Wood's steel. Wood's, it is the first class steel first invented in ancient times. Good quality steel that was known as Wood's steel required a highly specialized technique of refining uh, iron. So here it is talking about highly specified technique. Now, specified technique. So while reading these four lines, I have also explained the basic sense of these sentences. Now see, there are four options: one, two, three, four. Out of that, one will be the correct option. But what are the steps? So step by step approach to solving the question. What is that? So it has four steps. One is identify the topic sentence. Second is the look for logical connections. Third is the determine the flow of information. And then last it is check coherence and flow. So first, we have to identify the topic sentence. Now, what is topic sentence? Topic sentence is the main sentence of the paragraph, which comes first in the paragraph, and it tells about the basic sense of that paragraph. Now, from these uh, sentences, we come to know that it is telling about smelting in India, something about that. So that means by seeing these C and D, these two could be the uh, topic sentence of this paragraph. C. But iron smelting in India was extremely common till the end of the 19th century. Or second option is production of Wood's steel required a highly specialized technique of refining iron. So if we take A, can it be the topic sentence? We have to check. In Bihar and central India in particular, every district had a smelter. So it is something telling about the portion which is coming inside the paragraph, not this topic sentence. Similarly, B, the smelting was done by men while women worked on the bellows pumping air that kept on the charcoal. So it is telling about smelting technique. So out of these, now we consider that these C and D may be the topic sentences. Out of these two, C and D, if we say, but iron smelting in India, but it means, but is a conjunction here. But it means something is being said before this sentence, then but, and then the further argument is followed. बट परंतु कुछ पहले कहा गया ना, ये परंतु ये, तो that means we cannot take C as the topic sentence. Now our topic sentence is D. So if we look at these options, only one option has the is starting with D, DCAB, that is second option. Okay, but we look further. Look for logical connections. Now, first connection, production D, production of wood steel required a highly specialized technique of refining iron, but iron smelting in India was extremely common till the end of 19th century. So it is telling about Indian smelting. Then in out of A and B, now because it has told about something in India. So here something in India, it is Bihar, and central India, so it is geographical area. So after that, first B, then C, then third A. In Bihar and central India in particular. Okay, and it is left, it is 4. Now we have determined the flow of information. Now we check the coherence and flow. So I speak it in a paragraphic form. So by speaking that, we will come to know that whether it is in coherence or not. Production of wood steel required a highly specialized technique of refining iron, but iron smelting in India was extremely common till the end of the 19th century in Bihar and central India. In particular, every district had smelters that used local deposits of ore to produce iron, which was widely used for the manufacture of implements and tools of daily use. The smelting was done by men, while women worked on the bellows, pumping air that kept the charcoal burning. So in this way, the answer is DCAB. But in examination, you do not have that much time to to uh, what we can say analyze in such a way. So at that moment, as soon as you get the topic sentence, you will get an idea what will be the sequence of that. But before exam, you have to practice in this way so that you can do the question correctly in your examination. Okay, now students, what we have studied today. Hope so. You might have understood the things and you might have learned something from this topic. So, thank you. Thank you for listening to us. Okay. Thank you, students.